double regulations?
Mr. Chairman, the second recommendation comes from Tom Price. The issue was double regulations. His recommendation was to abolish the Natural Resources Division and let the state permit natural resource issues. And then he had a second part to that, which was abolish the licensing division and the fees contractors have to pay. And he further recommends that the building department can accept copies of licenses and copies of insurance at the time of permit, like the other cities in the county. Code enforcement can handle non-licensed activities, as all cities handle these issues. And so it's board's pleasure, Mr. Brown is here to be able to address the natural resource duplication question, and Robin Sabrina is here to talk about contractor licensing.
If I may, we continue to work on those areas. We've had the discussion, natural resources, there are some things that the state does not cover that are in our comp plan and in our codes, and we're continuing to thin those out. So,
We've done a SNAP program for VUC.
yeah, I think we're certainly committed as a county to continue to work on those and identify them. I think it would be inappropriate to just arbitrarily say we're not going to do it, because there are things that are in our code right now that are important. The beaches, I recall that as an issue. We said we have a little more stringent requirement than the beach on the beaches, and we felt that was important, and the board voted to continue that. So I don't see that one as one that I would accept, because I think we're continuing to do that as a board to reduce that.
So you reject?
I would move to reject that one. I think we're continuing to work on that.
I personally see that as a huge one, and it's one of the things I discussed with Governor Scott this morning at breakfast, was that I would like to get rid of our duplication of regulations. So
Let's do it with a scaffold, not with a half.
no, it goes too slow. And,
Well,
and we were 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, we sat down at the, I think it was in the Florida room, and Mel and Ernie were going to come back with all of the duplicate regulations that we had, and Andy and I were both right there side by side saying, yes, come back, show us all the regulations that are duplicate that we have in conjunction, that where St. John's River Water Management is already overseeing, or the Florida Department of Environmental Protection is already overseeing, and then we on top of it say, well, it's in our comp plan, we've got to do it. No, we don't.
But
And so,
the other side of it is to get rid of a whole department. I agree with the regulatory part, but like natural resources handles the flooding issue that we've been discussing all day. Do we get rid of that whole department and not handle that?
well, you could put it with Public Works, and actually it didn't seem to go away all that well.
Well, I mean,
At least from the pictures I saw.
Well,
I mean, but I didn't
I've been out there.
I didn't see how much less flooding, but I know it's having a hard time. But I won't support
It's
rejecting
99%. So I'm okay with keeping the natural resources as long as the players don't flood over the storm.
Okay, so we got a motion on the floor, we're going to reject. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
Thanks.
Okay.
And that's like I said, we're not going to continue that process.
We'll keep working, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, the third recommendation was from Mr. Brian Wilkins, who suggested if the unincorporated areas of Brevard were forced to incorporate